Hello, and welcome to my VOD review. This time I want to give you a VOD review about Diana. And yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I think Anna's in a really good spot right now. I think the hero itself has a lot of potential, and let's just be looking at the team composition you actually have.
Alright, guys.
Okay. Right from the bat, this is nice, because you have like good supports, good tank core, and you have two really good DPS for these maps. Like they're both really good on the house point, right? Because it's indoors and close space. So this is a good team composition. And this is something you always want to do, right? You want to look at the team composition, and 20 seconds later you want to look at the enemy team's composition, because this, like 20 seconds after the game has started, you can see the enemy team's composition too. And this is really important if you like missed the day of Widowmaker or something.
Oh yeah, no, I get my cat.
So without further ado, let's see what's actually going to happen. Like I like this right from bat. I like this. To be honest, Ryan should have stayed a little bit longer and checked if they come there. But I think he knows that I think he's seen them in the main, so it's only natural for him to go there. But still, you need to be on guard. These entrances, maybe Tracer is hiding here, right? Like maybe Tracer, or in this matter, Sombra. Sombra is a big thing. So she could be hiding here, maybe here. And this is something you need to be on guard, and maybe shift your position more to the right side if you see a Reinhardt going there. So first zone. This is really important. These things are still not cleared, right? By you going here, you actually risk you're a bit too aggressive in my opinion. What I think about Anna is, first of all, you want to prioritize staying alive. Staying alive is the most important thing. That's point number one, staying alive. Number two is protect tanks, also like healing. You want to heal. And three is, yeah, land CC. And then 4 is damage. So basically, you're a bit too offensive right now. You can see this, right? You're starting to shoot straight at the soldier, and I think like yeah, I just want to let this play out. Let's see what's actually going to happen. So if you go back there. Just a little bit, let's recap, because this was a really nice sleep that you landed actually. But you see, like the moment you actually positioned yourself so aggressive, you run into danger of encountering Tracer, right? You actually win the encounter, because like right there, right? Tracer is coming up. This is dangerous, because like imagine she came from here, right, behind you. Then like the angle is even harder. But it's like, the moment you're doing getting this situation, it's a risk, right? It's a risk. Like this is pure skill that you want. Like it's a really good sleep dart, but it's actually really dangerous. And also, look at this. One thing is, when you're doing this, you need to remember that your tank is still engaging. At the moment you're throwing your nade onto the Tracer, it's a pick, but your tank ends up dying because of this. You see this? The tank gets anti-nade and he's basically dead. Like, I don't think you could have prevented this exact play, but my tip is, instead of going here, just move around here. You actually don't, it's not so important that you shoot at the soldier, it doesn't really help that much. The most important thing for you is to stabilize him and him. Like Doomfist can kill the Tracer and the soldier, right? Like if you land a good anti-nade, imagine you go into this position with the Reinhardt, and you land a really nice anti-nade, or even even on the further position. You can easily take out 3 or 4 guys with this. Like and you're not putting yourself in risk at all. You always want to hug your teammates in the opener if you have don't know if the enemy has flankers. And that's actually how you could have changed the outcome of this situation. Because like, this is really good, don't get me wrong, this is really good. But it's also, it's a risk, it's an unnecessary risk. Like, you need to do a skill play where you could have just played it safe. So, right there, it's actually nice to go for the Anna. I mean, the thing is, 2 shots and she would have been dead, right? But to be honest, my tip is if you're playing around diamond, don't prioritizing doing these damage plays. What you want to do is you want to absolutely keep these guys alive right now. And the thing is, you're all locked in on the Anna. You don't actually see what's happening to the right. And this is now you're locking out of the scope, and you're going to instantly throw the nade without really looking at the situation, right? Like let's take this back a second. You see this? You just assume that they're in danger and throw the nade. But this is really important. Nade is a really big cooldown. Sleep that is 2. You want to be, the moment you scoped out, you want to just assert the situation. Take 1 second time, look at what is actually going to happen. Like, can you throw it maybe here, can you throw it here to hit enemies and allies? Like, instead of throwing it randomly at here, like, this would have been a better situation. But in my opinion, you don't need to throw it at all here, right? And this is just because you're a bit too hasty there. And this also happens because you focus on damage dealing. Instead of, like, rotating with your team, just focusing on the healing, this is much safer. And this would have been a nice situation to actually nade them, because like nading on Reinhardt is really hard when he has Saria, but like it's if you can land these, it's actually a good win. So right now, let's see what's going to happen. Okay. Okay, let's go back a bit. So first of all, it's good that you drop down on this side, right? It's more covered. Your Zenyatta shouldn't be here either. Like, he should be with you, right? He should be with you, like standing here. So you can take these positions. Zen is getting engaged. You react correctly. You actually land the second good sleep dart on the Tracer. That's actually nice. But Zen still dies. You see what you could have done, to be honest, what you could have done the moment you saw Zenyatta getting low there. Right now, you want to throw the nade. Always in these situations with these kind of flankers, right? Tracer or Sombra or anyone. You want to be ready to throw the nade, because your teammate, like Zenyatta, will easily die. And if you throw the nade, you instantly heal him by 100, and you will force the Tracer to blink out in these situations. And your objective is not actually to kill the Tracer, but keep the Zenyatta alive. He's more important. It's always more important to keep your teammates alive than going for the enemy kills, especially as support. So you see? You're landing good nade, but you already traded 1. Like, that means even if you get the kill right now, it's just an even trade. It's just an even trade for you. Like, that's the important thing to mention. And also, don't wander off here. Don't wander off here. You slept her, right? No need to position yourself here, looking at this, because you leave yourself wide open from the door, right? Just stay in your position. Just stay in your position. Tell the voice chat, okay, Tracer's here, someone come kill her. And you stay safe, because you know what's going to happen? Look, you're totally exposing your back to the enemy respawners. And you see Doomfist is coming? Don't stop healing him, man. He can literally one-shot this Tracer on his own. Like, there's actually no need for you to assist him. Like, when this is that low, you want to instantly either nade him, because it also helps with the Tracer, or who just want to keep healing him. And you see, there's a soldier on the right side, because you're positioned here, instead of here. And he's going to give you trouble. The next 2 seconds you actually have to spend running from here to there. And you could have all avoided this by standing here. And this is really important, right? Micro positioning means a lot to Ender. It's like 5 meters difference. It's like loser, winner, and engage sometimes. So let's see. From here on out, he needs healing desperately. He's under fire and soldier. You also know he needs healing. So what you're going to do? Okay, you're throwing the nade, and then you're going to focus on the soldier. But to be honest, the better play would have been just to be in this position, to get the healing earlier, Like, this all pretty risky. And you did a really, really good job, man. But, like, you could have done it way more effective. And that's, like, the difference of, I think, you getting to diamond easily. If you work on this positioning a bit. And maybe on the aggression. But let's see what the rest of the play brings. So, first of all, same thing. Your tank is here. You're on the high ground, this is really good. But also, keep an eye on this. I think you just heard Tracer, so now you know you're clean. But otherwise, Don't stand here, don't stand here. Just go into the more safe roads, right? Because like if you're standing here, it's a way longer road from there. And this is like the moment you hear Tracer, okay, you can be safe, you go here. But imagine Doomfist is poking out of here. He can easily kill you. If you're standing here, not so much. It's way safer for you. Like you're closer to everyone. You're also not that much exposed from here, and you can just drop down easier.
You ready? I'm gonna wall off when they come through.
So I mean, you figured it out yourself, right? You did a really good thing. You just put a position here. That's actually the way you want to go. Now just keep a lookout for snipers. Okay, first of all, in this situation, let's see how it runs out. I think you reacted really good with the nade. Okay. I think there's actually not much to review here. I just want to give you some quick stuff. Okay. First thing, you got the Reinhardt, right? And this is something you're trying to swap instantly from healing to damage. Like this is something that's actually really high skill. That's really high skill. Like to be honest, when I play Anna, because this season I'm actually maining Anna too. When I play Anna, before I don't let. If I lose teammates, I'm not going for damage. This is a simple rule of thumb. If my healing's on spot, I can go for the damage. But if I'm losing teammates, dropping teammates because of me doing damage, I will stop completely doing damage and just focus. Unless it's a Pharah. I will just focus on healing completely. Keep your positioning safe, not dying, healing your teammates. That's enough to easily go diamond, like and above. That's easily enough. And especially with the sleep darts I saw you landing. So right there, that's one thing again. I stand in this good position, but also you're leaving yourself like too wide open, like yeah. This just happened one time, and you want to avoid these situations as much as possible, right? You don't want to throw nade on yourself. I mean, this situation it's pretty fine, but like if the enemy tracer forced you to do this, like you cannot throw it at an enemy or your teammates that actually need help. So, but like I said, you already won this fight when the Mei walled up. You killed the Reinhardt, so this is all just this is all okay. But just in case, like you know where the flanks are. Okay, let's skip forward a bit. Okay. Also, I noticed you're hard scoping a lot, right? Like, it's not a bad thing. I actually like it because it's really precise. That's actually totally fine, to be honest. I don't like that you're tanked all the way around because you totally have the position advantage. But this is totally fine by you. Also looking around for enemy flankers. That's a nice thing to do. Now you know where the Anna is. So, don't do the sleep dart. This is important. Sleep dart is so important. You know it's only going to be one more fight, right? And you will not get the sleep dart back in time. This sleep dart, I do it. I waste sleep darts a lot too, especially when trying to get it on Reinhardt when he drops his shield. But the thing is, the reality is, every sleep dart you hit is a one fight. If you hit a good sleep dart, let's say on the McCree, while they are running there, it's a one fight. They will arrive without their carry. This is really important. Last fight, they are desperate. They will all rush the point. That's something I always say. When it's like last fight, under 1 minute, or like, you know, like 10-20% left. Not even 20, 15% left. And this is 4% left. The enemy team will do something very desperate. And now you need to capitalize on this. So, the moment you see them going there, what you want to do is, you either want to drop down, support your team, but what I would do, I would go above them and nade them. I would wait for them to go on point and nade them all. And let's see how this actually plays out. Okay. Okay, this needs a replay. This needs a replay. So. It's actually fine for you to hold this position, right? Because like right now, I like you could do some other stuff, but it's totally fine to hold this position, right? They wasted craft basically. They did nothing with craft. But the thing is, the sleep blood is out, right? The sleep blood is important because later on the nano Reinhardt will be actually wrecking havoc. You need to sleep blood for that. And now but that's not so important. The most important thing is you actually do your nade in really bad timing. That's really important. You see this? This nade is actually, it could have maybe turned this fight around. This is really important. Like, your Zenyatta is actually transcending this because he feels that, like, there's some damage. But he's wasting his ulti right now. May Wall is really good. May Wall is really good for this. It's shooting all the damage. Zenyatta transcendence is absolutely useless. So, but I mean, this can happen. This can happen. But now you're going on point. And you see this? You're actually breaking line of sight. And this is really important. You don't have nade. You don't have sleep. Now you're breaking line of sight, you know? You're taking yourself out of the fight here. Even if it's just for a small amount of time. You see this? It's like every shot matters in this situation. Really, every shot matters. And you don't have nade. You need it badly right now. You need to sleep that, right? You want to sleep that Reinhardt. You want to trade a nade exactly here. And you get all of them. You get them. This is how you turn this fight. This is how you carry as Anna, really. It's these moments with the sleep that. And this is especially important when it's the last fight. Nade right now. That would have been so good. But you see, it's all on cooldown. It's all on cooldown. Just barely. Okay. So, your team is actually dying, it's a reset, right? In this situation, yeah, run. That's good. Let's see what's happening. So, you're going to respawn? It's a good thing that you're checking the scoreboard. This is something I recommend you doing more often. Whenever you have free time, check the scoreboard. You can see if the enemy team swaps. And you know, between the fights, you had so much free time standing there and there. Just check the scoreboards. What flankers do they have? Do they have Doomfist? Do they have Sombra? You will know all these things. Okay. First of all, this, don't do it, don't do it. This is too much, this is way too much. See this? This is really, let me replace. This is really the quintessence of actually why you're having a trouble here. You see? In this situation, stay here. You want Reinhardt to make sure this is clean. Someone could be lurking here. Tracer might be pulse bombing you the moment you're stepping out of this, right? Like, you see? You just want to make sure this is actually clean. It's not cleared right now, and you're stepping out of this. And the first thing you're going to do is shoot at the Ryan shield. But this is not important right now. This is 2k HP. There's no way it's going to do anything, right? What you want to do is stay safer. You know, you're right behind the Ryan tank. What if like they're going to craft? You know, yeah, you know they don't have craft in the situation, but you know, like just work a bit more on the positioning there. And also this, you are losing. Imagine you were standing a bit further back. This is really important. Imagine you were standing, like you're coming out, right? But you're still standing in the door. You can still see him there. You can still see them there. But right now, your position is so far in their face that by looking at him, you don't see the enemy team or your team at all. And this is you're going really all out aggressive on him. And this is something that will leave you vulnerable for the whole play. Look at this. It's sleep that. And that's what I'm saying. Even the best Enna player is prone to miss these. This is never more than, let's say, 70-80% chance. You cannot, like, this is a real skill shot. You will not hit it every single time. And right now, this might be a nice try. But you're going to follow it up with nade, right? You're going to follow it up with nade ASAP. And that's the time when you see you're standing overextended on the flanker side of the enemies again. And you just use both of your skills. That means you're basically defenseless at this point. And did you see? The moment your defenses, Tracer is going to come in. You have no more nade to defend yourself. You have no more sleep dart. The Mech 3? Okay, maybe you will die. Maybe you'll die. But you see this? Same thing as when you were fighting here. And when you slapped the Tracer here. Your Reinhardt is basically out of the fight. Maybe it's also his fault, right? But, you know, he's basically out of the fight. You are in grave danger with a one-on-one with the Tracer right now. Because if this Tracer is good, he will 100% kill you. There's no way you won't be dead if this Tracer is any good. So, he doesn't know you have no skills. He's going to back up. But at the same time, teammates in your front line are dropping critical. And right now, you cannot shield yourself. And that's the problem, because all of them are really red. And that's because, like, you know, that's all because of the wind-up, the over-aggression on McCree from your side there. To be honest, in this situation, what you absolutely need to do, don't hide that much, but rather scream for your Zen. Or just press the X button, press the I need healing button, you know? I think you're doing it right now, no. No, you're not doing it. Just press the X button, I need healing, I need healing. It's really important. When you're a support, just in distress spam it, spam it. He needs to heal you ASAP, ASAP. Because you need the healing on you guys, like 3 seconds before of this. Like, Sari wouldn't have died. And all of that. And you see this. You're really panicked in the fight. You're throwing in a random nade. It's not going to hit anyone, right? It's not even hitting the Doomfist. It's not hitting its area. It's not hitting your main. Like, you know, at this point you're just throwing random skills because like you got panicked after overextending on the McCree. There's all the side effects from overextending on McCree. And at this point, your team is dead. Only supports and one Doomfist alive. You have to fall back again. And you see, this is the same situation as you were in last fight. You're the only one surviving and you're running out. My tip there, don't turn your back to the Tracer. Really good Tracer would have followed you. She would have known like there's 1 second or 2 seconds to engage on you and you needed to be facing her. Okay. One small tip. Stop hopping in these situations. In these situations, I know a lot of anyone want to do it, but it's only going to fuck with your accuracy. Like in this building, there's no need to do the hop. You want to have maximum accuracy, and there's nothing to dodge right now, right? And see, this is really bad habit. This is really bad habit, man. Doomfist can be healed, but you're going to scope on the shield. Why, bro? Do you want to heal the Doomfist? This is really important. Like, actually, I can say. With your accuracy on these skills, and your healing, the only thing that's holding you back right now is positioning and over-aggression on enemies. At least that's what from this game right now. Also, you see this? You're getting really close into the fight again. You could have easily just stood in the back. Sorry, just stood in the back and did the same thing. And also the moment, I don't know what I think. Oh, okay, the Hanzo just kills the guys. And yeah, this is something you definitely want to nade. But you know, you see this? Imagine you were standing here. The Reinhardt wouldn't have gotten you. You could have slapped the Reinhardt. But because you ran up to here, naded it from there instead of just staying there, you got full on caught into this shit. When you were standing here, you could have just slipped the Reinhardt. I'm sure you would have actually hit the slip that there. And you would have saved your own Reinhardt, man. Super easy. So this time you actually took yourself, for the first time actually, you took yourself out of the fight. Because like that hasn't happened till now, right? That's like the first time you really died. But every death means you have no control over the fight. And you see right now, this is actually an easy one game. You did a really, really good job. But like a series of events of actually mispositioning leads to drawing the game in total. And it's like you only have like 2 or 3 chances to make this right. So right now, I know you want to get to the point, but really important, don't do it when you're alone as Anna. There's no need of you doing this. Because you look at this, how the time ticks, it's 1 second. It's over 1 second per tick, right? That means you still have like 5 seconds time of left, that's an eternity. You want to hide behind this wall, wait for anyone that can come close. Wait for them to get on this first. If no one goes, then you go, right? But you don't step 5 seconds before the fight actually ends on the point. That's something you just don't want to do. Just remember this. It's not important. Like, you don't want to be dying as support because that takes like your team's only chance to retake this. And you see, maybe you would have been in position. Never mind. Your team cleans this up, but it's still, you know, it's still important that you had no need to die there. That's just really important. That will help you overall when you try to climb. Okay, overall, I have to say, I don't think mechanics are the problem here. That's really my feeling. Really my feeling. Like, I can see you landing your sleep darts the nades need to be improved a bit. Like, the nades need to improve, because you're not really going for the optimum nades, or you're a bit impatient with the nades in general. What you want to do with the nades is, when you have allies here, enemy, you want to hit in the middle, right? But this not just you just need to think about it sometimes. Like, when you want to heal an ally, maybe there's an enemy, and you, instead of throwing it in his back, you want to lob it in front of him, right? So you hit the enemy too, and that's really, really important. That's what makes the best ally players. Like, they can actually land huge anti-nades, and yeah, that's something you can work on. Other than that, maybe get a bit more comfortable with quick scoping. Like, quick scoping is really good, but to be honest, I don't mind hard scoping that much. Hard scoping can be really, really good, especially if you don't feel so comfortable on quick scoping at first and you want to max that accuracy. It's good healing. So right off the bat, it's annoying to heal Pharah as Anna. Your tank is there, your Mei is there. This is actually your teammates being very chaotic there. Ha! And nice reaction, but you see? You just overflick this. This is like, you're like, oh my god, good spot. And you just, oh, Nate. And what you should have done is like, just chill a bit. Wait, this situation is not going to change. You have no idea you're actually standing there. Just wait a bit. If you know you're missing a lot of these nades because you're overthrowing them, like, just chill a bit, aim a bit, and just throw it there, right? Never mind. This is still really, really good. Okay, you hear the tracer to your left, man. Get the fuck out of there. It's important. Good tracer one-shots you. You have only sleep. That's not a good reaction to this. Just hide for cover right now. Maybe the sound is broken. That's like, I don't know. Maybe the video. I think tracer's up there right now. This is important. Your team. But, you know, still, this holds up. I would have covered here. Do you know why? Your team is moving up from here to there. That's a real big thing you're doing right now. You know this is a good position for you, right? You want to hold this so you can actually, with your team on the point maybe. But in reality, you have to follow your tanks. It's just what you have to do as Anna. And you see what they are doing right now. They're going full-fledged fight into the enemy. You already lost Mei. You're standing here. You're doing nothing right now, right? The Pharaoh is even doing nothing too. And this is really, really important. Like, I lost a lot of games actually because I tried to play perfect positioning with Anna. Like, this is not perfect, but this is a good position. Like, if you want to play this like passively, you know, better step up here. You can see the bit there, but like, it's a good position. And the reality is that tanks won't let you do that sometimes. If the tanks are going there, you must follow them. Because, you know, if you're going to lose the tanks like right now, fight is over 100%. You have to go back. And look at this also, Nano's pretty close. If you have gotten some more healing in there, maybe being closer to them, or told your tanks maybe to back off, because like if you lose your tanks and you can use voice, tell them to back the fuck off, because like it's super important to get, tell them when they break a line of sight to you. A lot of these players below diamond or even above diamond, they won't really know where you're standing or think about inner positioning at all. And this is why they're going to make your life a little bit hard sometimes. And there's the tracer actually, the tracer coming in one-shotting you. That's like really big threat if you're staying in far back positions with flanks opens. This can happen.
Wait, why? Why did someone leave?
So, I mean, of course, if he's going to leave in this situation, it's just to be assumed that's disconnect. Like, I don't think he would rage quit in this situation.
I got up, Raj.
And that's just unfortunate. Right now you're one man down, there's Day is back. And this is reset call, this is 100% reset call. Sleep that. This is important. The moment you see, oh my god. Never mind. Let me see, what did you... Ah. Okay. Just don't do it, man. The sleep that, it's way too important to just throw it at random shields or some of these guys. Like, you know, this is panic mode right now. It's okay to try to go for the Lucio maybe. But you know, like in general, don't use it there. You're perfectly safe to walk out. And you see? This is something again. This is why cooldown management is so fucking important. Because right now you're back on track. You need to regroup anyways. But you see, Roadhog's ulting. If you had sleep that, you could have easily sleeped him. I know you would hit it. Like, easy you hit it. So, reset is this. And you have nano boost right now, and that's one important thing. You want to look at your team, what you're doing right now, and think like, oh, who do I want to nano boost? Like, it's mostly the Reinhardt, right? Because like Reinhardt's best target here, maybe McCree, but I don't know. McCree's don't tend to hit like that good at this range. Pharah is a valid target too. Like if she can get above these fuckers, like she can easily take them out. Zarya also, but she's second rate compared to Reinhardt, right? Reinhardt does just too much AoE damage in this enclosed space. Unless like the Zarya's handled energy and she's really good, then like fuck it, you can go for it. Yeah, practice these no-scopes a bit. I think you're a bit over-aiming them. And this is important. This happens to me so much. It's so annoying. You want to throw a nade at them, right? And someone is jumping into your path. This is really, really important. That you keep your positioning a bit more safe. You know, like instead of going in with them in the one line, you want to stay here. You increase your chance of hitting that. Because this happens to me a lot of fucking times. That some diva or some Zarya is just dancing into my face. You know, if you stood there, you would have hit them. Like, you jumped in this direction, now you're in line with them. From here, you would have hit them. This is just some micro positioning. And again. Don't you sleep there, don't you sleep there. This is really important. This sleep dart, you know? It's just important that you don't waste sleep darts. Because, like, this ability is so huge. It's so huge, there's so much potential. And you can utilize it, I swear. Like, if you just aim it a bit better, you will hit, like, at least 20% more sleep darts. So right now you're blowing ultis to get the point back. This is all nice. You know there's someone behind. I like your spirit, but to be honest, don't go chasing Tracer alone. You see this? You're in a aim duel locked with Tracer. And now, right now, you're relying on McCree to get here or your own skill to kill her, but like any good Tracer in this situation would just fuck you up badly. And the McCree, even if you got there, he would not be able to save you. He would just kill the Tracer after you died. So, that's just, I don't dislike this, but you know, you still have to see it as what it is. It's actually a bit risky, right? I mean, you played it okay, but the sleep that didn't land, you had nade back ready, but Tracer also didn't hit you. Like, if she could have easily one-clipped you in between the cooldowns. And because of that, you see, also, what I mentioned on the first point, that's really, really important. Because of all of that, you could have easily let McCree do the job, right? Let's back up. This because I think this will, this is the third time it's actually going to happen. You go for the Tracer. You could have easily let the Tracer come to you, let McCree do his job. And you're going to lose the Doomfist because you cannot heal him because you went for deathmatch there. That's really important. Right now you traded 1 for 1. Nice hits on the Lucio. This is actually a perfect time to go for sleep dart. Like, if you want to do it one right now, you know Tracer's dead, there's no flankers left, you have nothing to do, like sleep dart will be easily back up. This sword dog is easy to hit. Like, this is easily one good situation. It's not of that much use, but it's also not hurting you that much. Really nice sleep on the Reinhardt there. That's exactly how you want to use them. Look at this. Your sleep dart accuracy is insane, man, compared to like, you know, your sleep dart is really, really good. And the thing is, you're just throwing some of them really, really useless. If you were saving every sleep dart for situations like these on the Reinhardt, you would win a lot more fights. Easy. Right now, move up. Move up, bit. You cannot see the Doomfist. This is really important. You cannot see him, you can see him, but the Doomfist is important. He's the main carry. You want to see your Doomfist. You can achieve this by either move to the left, but then you're vulnerable from the flankers, or you just move up with them. Oh my god. Whatever. So, this is random. He just fell in the pit, you're one man down, this is stupid as fuck. Nice try on the anti-net there. But again, I think you just sleep darted. Look, let's look at this. Okay. don't use sleep darting as opener. It's so important. Don't use it opener. When you have Reinhardt, you know, this is like the fifth sleep dart that you tried like this, and it will never work. Like, the chance of hitting this is like 20%. 20% best. It's not higher. And your normal accuracy is like, let's at least say 60 or 70%. And that's like, you're just taking away your chances with this. You know? Especially when you have Lucio boost. Right now, you're going for the nade on him, but just wait for all of this. But you're too impatient. You have one man down right now because like Doomfist jumped into pit. You don't want to be over aggressive. You want them to come to you or your team to engage and then capitalize on it. You have almost nano boost. You want to land sleep nade on all of them, not just the Roadhog, all of them, and you want to boost your Reinhardt. And this is super important because you see this. Imagine right now you had your nade ready. You had your sleep dart ready. You could have slapped the Hawk easily. Naded them all, and you would have won this fight single-handedly, right? You would have won it single-handedly, and that's just how this is. Like, you just blow your cooldowns way too early, instead of just waiting for the good situation. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, it's reset right there. To be honest, I would have tried to, get again one more nade in, maybe just try to sleep there, just for aiming practice, right? Like, this is a runaway situation anyways. But it doesn't matter, you don't need to sleep there anyways. And it's like the last seconds anyways, I think, you have, I don't know. I forgot what I said. Don't use sleep that, like I said. That's practice stupid. Like, you have only like this 10 seconds, you know it's almost lost anyways. And just, you try to best it. But you know, like, easy situation with the crafter, with the nade. And I don't want to sound too negative there, because like, I think by now you know the situation. Like, if you actually thought about what I said there, you notice that you like, actually you won most of the situations. It's just because you blow like some of your skills too early. Like, and I think you do it on routine behavior. Like, you never really thought about it. Like, the enemy team is coming in, you instantly want to gain advantage. But that's not really how this works. Like, you don't want to use your skills in a disadvantage. You want them to take this. You want them to come to you, maybe do a mistake, and then you punish them. Or if you can, you want to do a really good play. But most of these plays need high ground. They need high ground for you to stand up. For example, like, if you were standing on this high ground, someone on below, then you can do a really good nade, and they have nothing to counter it. But other than that, just by throwing here, Reinhardt can shield it. So, let's see how this goes. Nice job there. This is ASAP nade, man. Yes, good job, man. You see, you have the basics down easy. Nice reaction. You see this? Man, this is killer. You just slapped the Reinhardt, you did a really good nade, kept everyone alive, ultimate almost ready. You're playing good, man. You're playing really good on the situations. Also, your no-scope here is, just was really nice in this small engage. But right, this is random. What the fuck, man? There's like ton of people that actually need healing there. You want to charge your ulti. Like, just don't go winding off for the... I think you just try to catch a flanker, but you know, like, every situation where you try to catch a flanker, actually, someone in your team died. Just don't do it. That's not your job. Like, every good flanker in the game, imagine this. You're playing against the top 500 Genji Tracer player. When they see you solo, they will just kill you in 1 or 2 seconds and get out there. That's really important to notice. I know you want to get this, but it's just like what I call going on adventures. Like, right now, the enemy is going to respawn, and all of your teammates are really hard out of position. You see this?
He's 1 HP.
Enemy should be... I mean, you get to pick anyways, like, you told your team, but this is really important. That's... Like, you know, I'm a bit too harsh here, because, you know, in the end you got it, but you know, this is not really your job to go into these adventures alone, like... even if there's like a 10% chance of you dying there, it's not worth it. Because like, if there's the situation where you're going to die actually, it's going to be game over for the next team fight. And you don't want it to happen. If you have this information, just relay it to your team. Say Genji behind. Maybe. Wait for them and then get aggressive there. Or maybe, of course, if you know you have Terrier and you trust the Terrier, you can do it. There's like... I don't actually want you to play passive, but you know, like, these situations, this going into adventures actually costs you like, at least like two or three fights and one part of the map. So, Right now, this is really nice that you have the Pharaoh, but you're actually tunneling right now. You're a bit tunneling.
Up top, up top. I'm gonna wall off when they come through. I'm gonna wall off this line right now.
Donate, man, donate. Just keep it there, just keep it there. Actually, something really, really important. The moment you shot, this is really good. The first engage on the Pharaoh was really good, but to be honest, you want to go for the Mercy. The Mercy is way, way more important in these situations. Because like the Pharaoh alone, you cannot really kill the Pharaoh. You can pressure her, but she's pocketed way too much. Right?
I'm gonna wall off when they come through. I'm gonna wall off this line right now. To the right.
You see this? I know why you want to shoot them. To be honest, I've been in your situation, but you see this? Two of you guys are really, really low on health right now. Also, again, you're going on an adventure here, and right now you have no line of sight of any of the good targets. Like, you have all skills ready, you could do something, but right now you're so out of position because of this. Like, only thing you can do is just clean up the rest. So let's just go back there 5 seconds. You should have moved in closer to them. 100%. Like, I know you want to clear the Pharaoh, but it's not that dangerous, to be honest. It's not the most dangerous here, the most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing is your team getting full wipe there. Yeah, just reset, it's fine. So you kept the point for 6%, which is quite impressive, to be honest. Like, it's a good first cap. And yeah, you have ulti ready, but also your team has nothing versus Mei. That's versus Pharaoh. That's a bit annoying. Like, let's see how this ends. I like this. This is exactly what you want to be doing, because you have nothing to do right now. Oh, nice try there. That's actually pretty unfortunate that he went for. I like. Yeah, and it's just back to spawn for your team. Oh, this is staggering time right now. This is staggering heaven. Yeah, just back up to Reinhardt, easy.
They're away from choke.
And that's really important. You and Reinhardt, you want to create stability in your team. And you know, by going to the trying to flank there, trying to shoot Pharaoh in the air, you're actually not creating stability. Like, you're just disturbing the enemy a bit, but it's like you're leaving the rest to your team. Like, you're telling, okay, second healer, you do your job. But like, if you want to climb, you have to do your job better, you know? Like, you can't just say, oh, this healer will just do his job. Like, you actually have to take care of things yourself sometimes. And like, by going on the adventures there and not being there for your team, you actually take out all of your skill out of the play, right? They made the play basically without you. And that means you have no impact on it. And that you don't want that. You don't want it. That's why you always want to be alive. Like, sometimes there's a situation where you want to buy. But the general rule of thumb for solo queue is you want to have impact on the situations. If you have no impact on the situations, there's like, you rely on the team. And in average, if you rely on your team, you won't go anywhere. And it's like not to say that you cannot rely on your team, but you also need to have impact on the game. That's really important. Have impact on the game. And you do this by good positioning and not randomly using your cooldowns. Like, working on your cooldown management. And the first thing for this is just think about it. I think you will notice all of this yourself. Like, and now that we talked about it, I think it's no hard thing to improve. Haha, okay, this is actually poor McCree. Yeah. And you see, it's just random. To be honest, it's just random, all over the place. Like, there's just so much chaos going on there. And because you're scoping in and out so much, you actually have delay on the shots, right? I mean, you could have just hit the tire earlier. It still wouldn't have prevented McCree from dying. Like, he should have killed it anyways. But it's just that's just a thing about hard scoping.
Finds how.
And to be honest, I think right now it's a bit frustrating, right? I mean, you won first map easy. You gave away second, right? Gave away second a bit. And now it's you're about to lose the third map, right? And you're thinking like, oh my god, maybe like, if I was in this situation, to be honest, I would be a bit frustrated because like, I would have known, okay, I did some mistakes there, you know? Maybe be like, oh, why? How did we lose this? Like, how did it actually get to this? Like, it was 1-0, you know, like stuff like these, thoughts like these. But actually, you have to get all of that stuff away. It doesn't fucking matter. What you can say in this game, you played good, but also, you were too greedy in some situations. You know, this is the sixth time I'm telling you this, but this is really important. All of the situations that was really bad was because you had no impact on the situation, either by blowing off cooldowns too early, going on the adventure, or doing stuff you have no business of doing, like shooting enemies instead of healing, you know, stuff like this. That actually led partially to you lose, or not only partially. I'm 100% sure with your sleep dart accuracy, if you work on your nades a bit better, you can easily carry this. Like, there's no fucking way you cannot do it. So, I hope you enjoyed this VOD review. Like I said, I think your mechanics are totally not the issue, man. Work on your positioning a bit better. If you have any questions, you can feedback me. Yeah, and I think other than that, just keep it up, man. Just keep it up.